Hello everybody, it's Lion from LionBricks.com. Today we're taking a look at my LEGO Waterfall MOC. You may recognise this from a build that I made in the past. It was part of my 8x8 MOC series, and I think it got around 50,000 views. At the time, since I was quite a new YouTuber, it was a very popular video for me, and I think it was very popular because of the waterfall technique that I used. And what I wanted to do with this MOC is kind of recreate it, but make it bigger, better and far more detailed. And since we're in the winter months right now, I figured why not make this a really cute winter MOC as well. So how was this waterfall made? It's actually a large curved panel, which is usually used in things like windows, and yeah, it's in trans light blue, which is the colour of the water that I've got here, and it's actually the colour of water people usually use, so it's really perfect that it comes in that colour, and it just represents the shape of a waterfall so perfectly. I mean, what can I say? It's coming from a small stream towards the back, and then it crashes down below, and you can see I've used lots of translucent parts to represent the foam around where it crashes below, just to kind of represent, well, the foam and the fact that it's really violent as it hits the water. I've also got some of those around the edges of the rockery to show where the waves and the water is just kind of splashing up against it in all of the chaos. The water down below is actually one of my favourite features. As I was building it, I used a variety of blue bricks in lots of different colours, darker at the sort of very centre where the waterfall hits the water, and then lighter as it goes away to represent different depths in the water, and from a distance it creates this really lovely gradient and it just looks so much more realistic. I think besides the waterfall, my favourite feature to this MOC is the rockery. I've really been enjoying making rockery recently and just experimenting with all of the different techniques and shapes that I can make. I always find it very challenging to make a very detailed rockery sort of layout with such a small MOC, because obviously the parts that we have are usually fairly big, so I think I did a really good job of just being able to create these really nice natural looking shapes that you would expect to see in real life. I used a variety of techniques, such as obviously the standard brick building technique, but I also used bricks on their side using the snot technique, and I even used a couple of bricks on their side facing upwards to get all these different kind of angles and just try and create as much variation as I could, which of course is going to make it look very realistic. But another thing I did to try and help keep it natural looking is anywhere where I would have placed a brick just to sort of lift it up an extra level or fill in a gap, I incorporated a lot of headlight bricks on their sides so that I could get that stud sticking out, and that just fills in that gap with a bit of detail, which I think really helps. On top of all of this beautiful rockery, I've used lots of white bricks to represent the snow. I've got a couple of different bricks and tiles and bits and bobs in here, but what I really like is these little tooth pieces that I've got, and they're just dangling over some of the edges. It kind of represents the snow, or maybe sort of icicles falling off the edge of the rockery there. I think that's a really cool detail. And then we've got these really cool little bushes over here. I tried to use some toned down colours once again, because of course winter is not known for its vibrant colours, so I used olive green here, and these little leaf pieces are basically just stacked on top of one another in all kinds of different ways to try and create this natural round shape, and I placed a couple of studs and tiles on top of those as well in white, just to represent a bit more snow. I also have these two red ones down here, which I think add just the right amount of colour to this MOC and actually make a really beautiful impact. Those are overhanging the waterfall, which in itself is really awesome, but I've also got a little bit of rockery that's overhanging it as well, and I think it makes this really enclosed, cosy waterfall, and it draws your eye down it, which I think is what makes the top of it so appealing. Besides the small little rockery that I have at the very front of the MOC, that actually does it for this MOC. If you take a look at the back, it's pretty much just a plain facade, which is very solid. I actually filled all of this in fully to make sure it's nice and strong. But yeah, like I said, that does it for this MOC. I have to say, I absolutely loved building it, and I hope that you guys enjoyed watching this video. If you did, let me know what you think down in the comments section below, and let me know what you think I should build next time. But until next time, thanks for watching.